So this is our take on the $100 PC build. In it, we've got a Dell motherboard with an i5-6500, 16GB dual channel DDR4, and an RX 580, which is a gigabyte, 4GB version. All packed with a Dell power supply. I've decided to put all of this straight into a old case that I found in a rubbish bin. And yeah, that's the overview of the system. Let's test it and see what it can do for £100. As you can see, we've now booted up the computer. The first game I'm going to test is CS2. And as you can see, CS2 is loaded. We can now check out our settings, see what we're on. We're on 1080p. All high settings, not very high, with 4x MSAA, with max FPS. So let's just hop straight into a match. Now we're in the game, we can see straight up we're getting around 195-ish FPS. Look at that, 100 FPS, 85 FPS, running really good. The GPU at 80 degrees, 100% usage, right here, 95 FPS. CPU 87%, GPU 81 degrees, 100% usage. So yeah, it's performing quite nicely. Very smoothly, no dips or nothing. Like the other PCs have quite a couple dips in this game. So yeah, it's quite good. I'm gonna turn this down to low settings and see how it performs then. Now I've cranked it to low settings, it is surprisingly running worse. Even though the GPU and CPU usage has nearly halved. I don't know why this is, but it's very interesting, and I believe there might be some type of bottleneck. Anyways, on to the next game. As you can see, we are now in Rocket League, and all we have to do is check an overview of the settings. Video, we're on 1080p, all high quality. Turn off that motion blur, put this on uncapped, and boom. Let's just hop into a match and see how it performs. As you can see, we are now in the match. And this is running excellently. It's got around 140 FPS, 160, 170, which is really good. The GPU's on max and the CPU's on 70% usage. The CPU's at 50 degrees, whereas the GPU's at 85 damn degrees. God damn. And I just did a nice save there. Oh, and we're reaching up to 250 FPS. That's a lot of frames per second. So I would say this runs amazing on this machine. If you want to use this as a Rocket League machine, go ahead. Even if you're on high refresh rate monitor, it runs great for that. Here's some montage footage for Thingu, because you're going to have to make a montage for this. So let's just finish this one out. As you can see, I'm now in Minecraft, and as for my settings, I'm on 90 FOV, full screen, 1080p, 12 chunks, max FPS, VSync off, fast, and everything else left on the normal. And as you can see, it's running great. It's running around 200 FPS, 66 degrees on the GPU, 53 on the CPU. Both are maxed out at 100%. There is a bit of choppiness here and there, but that is because I just loaded up a world and this is the first time running Minecraft. So yeah, if we bump this up to fancy graphics, the game runs a little bit worse, around 150, dipping down to 60. So yeah, quite a little bit worse. Quite a lot worse actually, 70. With the temperature going up quite a lot in both GPU and CPU. So yeah, Minecraft runs pretty good. Now for a little TNT test. Now, time to explode this TNT. Absolutely nothing happened. The system was unfazed. Very much to be expected, since the CPU is an i5-6500 and is pretty decent, and we're now back in the 200 of FPS. On to the next game. Now, as you can see, the next test is WebGL Aquarium. On 5,000 fish, we're at about 25% CPU usage, 30% GPU usage, and it's running at 60 FPS. On 10,000 it's 50, 33% CPU usage. 15,000 it's dipped a little bit laggier, 40% CPU usage. At 20,000 fishes it's around the same, but a lot higher CPU usage, up to 65. 25,000, 45 FPS, same CPU usage. And at 30,000 we finally dipped down to 40 FPS, about the same in Task Manager. As you can see, YouTube is our next test, and we've set the video to 4K. It is a bit sluggish, but it does look like it's running a decent 40 to 50 FPS, although it is a bit slowed. So yeah, a bit sluggish, but pretty alright. With 50% GPU usage and 35 CPU usage, it's pretty decent. Now let's bump this up to 8K. CPU bumped up to 100% there. It is like 5 FPS. It is very sluggish, stopping here and there. And the CPU is locked on 100%. The GPU stuck around 50, going up and down. Definitely very harsh. The CPU still stuck on 100%. So I would not recommend 8K video on here. And now to choose the parts. The RX 580 was the obvious king and has been for a while now. The next decision was the CPU, and AM4 was out of the question because an AM4 motherboard alone is £50, which would max out the budget. We thought about an LGA 1150 and an i5 4590, but we decided against this due to a lack of NVMe, so we opted for the classic i5 6500 on this Dell motherboard. We paid something like £12 for, with 16GB of random DDR4, because it was surprisingly cheap. And that's that. Thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.